Lights, camera, action. Welcome back to Flick Flash. The superhuman misfits of Season 3 of the Umbrella Academy faced off against a raging, end-of-the-world black hole, 7 rival Sparrow brothers, and their own hated father. There were twists, deceit, and complex mythology in every episode. Thus, this wonderful series and its intricate storyline provide a great deal to ponder. A synopsis of each episode from Season 3 of the Umbrella Academy is as follows. Episode 1, Meet the Family. Season 3 kicks off with the Umbrella Academy returning to the present after preventing the apocalypse in 1963, only to discover that their actions have created a new timeline. Their home is now occupied by a new group known as the Sparrow Academy. This new team, also adopted by Reginald Hargreaves, showcases different powers and a more disciplined demeanor compared to the original Umbrella Academy. A confrontation between the two groups is inevitable. The Umbrellas are shocked to see Ben alive and part of the Sparrows, though he doesn't recognize them. As tensions rise, Vanya tries to negotiate with Marcus, the leader of the Sparrows, but the discussions quickly devolve into a power display from both sides. Meanwhile, an ominous energy ball appears in the basement, signaling another impending disaster. This ball, later named the Blitz, starts small but grows over time, threatening to consume reality itself. Episode 2, World's Biggest Ball of Twine. The Umbrellas take refuge at the Hotel Obsidian, a quirky and somewhat dilapidated place. Klaus becomes intrigued by a vision related to his past and convinces his siblings to embark on a road trip to see the world's largest ball of twine. This trip serves as a bonding experience and offers them a momentary respite from their troubles. During this outing, Luther attempts to reach out to the Sparrows and find common ground, but his efforts lead to a physical confrontation. The Sparrows' disciplined and methodical approach to combat starkly contrasts the Umbrella's chaotic and emotional style. Back at the hotel, the Blitz's presence becomes more pronounced. 5 investigates it further, suspecting it might be linked to their timeline disruptions. Episode 3, Pocket Full of Lightning. The Umbrellas learn more about the Sparrows' abilities and their internal dynamics. Tensions remain high, but there are hints of potential cooperation. 5 continues his investigation into the Blitz and hypothesizes that it is a time anomaly caused by their interference in the timeline. Klaus delves deeper into his past, exploring visions and memories of his mother, leading him to uncover surprising revelations about his abilities and his connection to the spiritual realm. Diego and Leela, despite their tumultuous relationship, start working together to uncover more about the Sparrow Academy and their father's plans. Victor and Sloane, a member of the Sparrow Academy, begin to develop a connection. Their burgeoning romance offers a glimmer of hope that the two families might find a way to unite against the common threat. The 4th episode, Blitz. From his early years in the 1960s to his mother's passing in 1989, a montage chronicles Harlan's life. He loses it and erupts at the hospital, furious over her death. In the present day, Victor pursues Harlan when he flees. Sloane also flees after feeling misled. Klaus watches Stan while he cleans the hotel as a punishment for setting the fire. According to Victor, Harlan knows all about Sissy's life. It seems like Sloane and Luther are about to break up. To discover 5's future self, Leela and 5 travel to the offices of the Commission in the future. Before he passes away, he cautions 5 not to try to halt the end of the world. Ben plans to exact revenge by eliminating Harlan. In the hotel's The White Buffalo Suite, Klaus and Stan break in. Stan accidentally kills Klaus by shooting him with a harpoon. In his rage following the loss of his mother, Harlan unintentionally murdered the moms of the Umbrella siblings, as he tells Victor. This dilemma was Harlan's doing. Part 5, Kindest Cut. The Umbrella's mom's murders spark an argument between Harlan and Victor, but he insists it was a mistake. Allison looks to the alcohol. In the nick of time for a family gathering, Leela and 5 make their way back from the future. Unfortunately, the briefcase is beyond repair. The Blitz is defined by 5, and the end of the world is imminent. While Stan and Diego are removing his body from the grave, Klaus wanders aimlessly in the afterlife until suddenly reviving. Diego and Leela's bond grows stronger. A kiss from Allison is a must for Luther. Victor and Harlan are aided in their escape from the hotel by Allison. Klaus and 5 have shots together while talking about 5's tattoo when she was older. A biker gang tattoo, as Klaus elucidates. 5 tracks down Pogo while investigating the biker gang. Chapter 6, Marigold. Pogo is pursued by 5. When Stan vanishes, Diego and Leela set out to find him. They think he's entered a parallel universe known as Hotel Oblivion through a secret passage. In this motel, a monster steals Diego's fingers as it chases after the couple. After reconciling with Sloane, Luther accepts Ben's offer of a position in the Sparrows. In order to show Pogo the tattoo of the future, 5 finds him. Reginald is insane, and Pogo reveals that he has been planning the murderous Project Oblivion for a while. The Sparrows were given the tablets to drug Reginald by Pogo. Klaus and his new abilities are subjects of Reginald's research. In order to deprive Harlan of his abilities, Victor strips him of them. Leela has come clean about the fact that Stan is not her biological son and that she had Diego's parenting abilities tested. Allison learns Harlan's dirty little secret. He murdered each of their moms. As a form of revenge, Allison murders Harlan. She gives the Sparrows his corpse. The Kugelblitz turns Stan into mist. Auf Wiedersehen is the 8th episode. Reginald endures merciless murder as he teaches Klaus to master and hone his powers. With practice, Klaus is able to recharge more quickly. I killed Harlan, Allison says. However, the fact that Victor lied about Harlan has infuriated his family. A joint effort to stop the end of the world is planned by the two academies. In order to contain the Kugelblitz black hole, Christopher, Victor, Sloan, and Leela construct a force field around it. They celebrate averting the end of the world by throwing a party. Luther pops the question to Sloan, and she accepts. Diego learns about Leela's pregnancy from Leela. Faye gets killed when Christopher goes off. The Kugelblitz enlarges and becomes even more massive as another shockwave tears through the surrounding region. Wedding at the end of the world is the content of episode 8. The exact spot where Reginald constructed the Hotel Obsidian, directly underneath the doorway to an alternate dimension, is revealed in a flashback. Even now, the Kugelblitz is expanding and obliterating everything in its path, with the exception of the hotel. Despite Luther and Sloane's engagement announcement, morale remains poor. They are eager to tie the knot immediately. The group sings karaoke during Luther's bachelor celebration. Because he wasn't invited, Ben is furious. Sloane and Luther tie the knot. Reginald has a plan to rescue the world, and Klaus is trying to get everyone to listen to him. Everyone has lost interest. The speech that Reginald gives as the father of the bride is uncomfortable. A lot of people drink and dance. Reginald secretly strikes a contract with a gang member he doesn't know. Chapter 9 7 Bells. There have been 5 attempts to determine who has struck a deal with Reginald. In an effort to charm Victor, Reginald brings him breakfast in bed. Luther receives Allison's apologies. Reginald has a plan to save the world, and everyone is here to hear it. A guardian guarding the Hotel Oblivion's gateway and 7 bells will be defeated. They must eliminate it and then set the clocks back in order to rescue everyone by ringing the bells. A vote is called for by the group to determine if they would follow Reginald's plan or perish in the impending end of the world. Despite Allison's apologies, Victor remains wary of her. The proposal cannot proceed since the majority elect to remain. The rest think the Guardian murdered Luther because Reginald frames the alien sword he used to stab Luther to death. They dash into the tunnel leading to Building Oblivion as the Kugelblitz decimated the building. Before Klaus can enter the tube, Reginald stops him. Just before the hotel is about to be leveled, Klaus leaps upon the buffalo's horn, effectively killing him. Finale number 10, Oblivion. After navigating the tunnel, the team finally reaches Hotel Oblivion. Klaus didn't make it, says Reginald. In the hereafter, Luther and Klaus are reunited. Luther decides to send Klaus back to Earth to tell everyone of Reginald's treachery after they have an argument. Not 5. Reginald has 5's distrust. It has crushed Sloane's heart. Reginald clarifies that the bells are symbolic and that what we are truly seeking are symbols known as sigils. In order to find the symbols, they divide into teams. Reginald calls upon 3 guardians by ringing a bell. Using a variety of weapons, they launch attacks on the groups. Again, Klaus is murdered by Reginald. Allison freely reveals that she and Reginald struck a pact. With a blow to the back, 5 dispatches the first guardian. The second guardian is destroyed by Leela and Victor. Cutting off 5's hand, the last guardian arrives. Luther makes a triumphant return, wounding the final guardian. Luther bids Sloane his last farewell before he passes on to the next world. Awakening, the Guardian. A starry sky is seen on the lobby floor to 5. There they are, standing atop these stars, ready to murder the Guardian by combining their forces. This is Reginald's chance to capture the gang and feed them into an extraterrestrial machine. As she watches her companions perish, Allison realizes she is the last person alive. She opts to murder Reginald rather than rescue the planet. He turns out to be an extraterrestrial. When Allison pushes a button, the universe is reset. As before, everything goes back to normal. Once again, Luther is alive. Luther is unable to locate Sloane, even though the Umbrella's abilities have been sapped. With his wife Abigail on his side, Reginald stands atop the cityscape's highest tower, surveying his vast empire. Thank you once again for being a part of Flick Flash. Until next time, keep watching, keep exploring, and keep that movie and TV magic alive. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and stay tuned for more exciting recaps. This is Flick Flash, signing off.